My esteemed WP colleagues have filed the original motion regarding the cost of living in Singapore at a time when many Singaporeans continue to feel the resulting pressures. The impact has been especially severe on lower-income households, which I believe the government is to be aware of. I welcome the support measures that have been announced to date towards alleviating some of these pressures, such as the top-ups to the payouts under the assurance package, the CDC vouchers, public transport vouchers, etc. These measures are meant to bolster the existing social safety net. The social safety net which exists in Singapore is multi-layered, which the government referred to previously as a 𝐂𝐫𝐤𝐵, with each layer meant to tackle a specific area of need. It is an approach meant to prevent dependency, free riding, and abuse of the various measures in place. I also note that Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong had recently said that 𝐂𝐫𝐤𝐿 would be enhanced towards helping families in non-financial ways, such as coaching. This is meant to aid social mobility and prevent further social stratification. Having all these systems in place is well and good. However, I believe it's also important that we establish a means of assessing the effectiveness of our social safety net. To this end, I would like to reiterate a call I first made back in 2014, calling for Singapore to adopt the International Labour Organization's ILO Social Protection Framework. ILO's social protection approach calls for a fair and inclusive globalization involving an integrated set of social policies designed to guarantee income security and access to essential social services for all, paying particular attention to vulnerable groups and protecting and empowering people across the life cycle. There are 4 essential guarantees, namely access to essential healthcare for all, income security for children, assistance to vulnerable groups, and income security for the elderly and disabled. If the government would prefer a more localized framework, then it is notable that a group of academics led by Associate Professor 𝐂𝐨𝐬𝐭 and Dr. 𝐂𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭 have published 2 reports on the minimum income standard for households in Singapore. The latest version was released in September 2023 and provoked discussion in the media and online forums. The report has a comprehensive definition for what is considered a basic standard of living in Singapore. It is about having opportunities in education, employment, and work-life balance, and access to healthcare. A basic standard of living enables a sense of belonging, respect, security, and independence, and includes choices to participate in social activities and the freedom to engage in one's cultural and religious practices. In responding to the report, 3 ministries, namely Finance, Manpower, and Social and Family Development, released a joint statement. In that statement, they noted that what the report described was, I quote, what individuals would like to have, unquote. The government also recapped the various measures that had been taken to address the needs of lower income households, such as the payout increases for ComCare, the progressive wage model, and the modular package. According to the statement, the government, I quote, regularly review the scope, coverage, and the payout quanta of our scheme, unquote. I believe that the process of reviewing the various layers of social assistance can be further improved. To this end, I would like to reiterate my previous call for the establishment of 3 social protection steps corresponding to 30%, 50%, and 80% of the median income per household member. Based on the median income per household members of 3,247 released in February 2023, the 3 steps would correspond to approximately $1,000, $1,700, and $2,600. Broadly, these levels do correspond to existing threshold for the Community Health Assistance Scheme, 𝐶AS. Using the resulting statistics, I would like to propose again that the Ministry of Social and Family Development publish an annual social protection report. The report could include information on the number of recipient households and track movements of households from one step to another, amongst other statistics. There are several good reasons for establishing a more systematic approach towards tracking the effectiveness of our social assistance programs via the Social Protection Report. It would create accountability for the use of public funds in our social assistance programs. Rather than report on spot figures on the numbers of recipient households, the report would present a more holistic picture on the state of social protection and assistance in Singapore. The government could also set objective key performance indicators, KPI, based around the social protection report. A vital KPI could be reducing the percentage of households in step 1 and 2 within a reasonable time frame, perhaps within 5 years. If the percentage stagnates or if the report indicates a lack of progress, it could indicate a need to re-examine current approaches and identify gaps in the existing social protection system. For example, some recipient households may be in need of assistance in securing a place in a childcare center or a student center for their primary school aged children so that the parent can pursue employment without worrying about caregiving. The Social Protection Report could also be useful in raising awareness among Singaporeans of the nature of the issues faced by our lower income groups. This in turn could foster better coordination between welfare voluntary organizations, VWOs, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and the government agencies as they rely on a unified set of statistics and tracking tools. It may also encourage more individuals who are better off economically to step up and help their fellow Singaporeans in need by volunteering their time, energy, and just making donations to aid the work of VWOs and NGOs. Sir, in Malay, please. Anggota Parlimen Parti Pekerja telah membentangkan usul yang menyarankan supaya pihak pemerintah mengkaji semula dasar-dasarnya dengan tujuan merendahkan kos sara hidup untuk warga Singapura dan keluarga mereka, terutama golongan berpendapatan rendah yang lebih terjejas. Pada tahun 2014, saya telah menyarankan supaya pihak pemerintah mengadakan rangka kerja perlindungan sosial pertubuhan buruh antarabangsa. Saya ingin sekali lagi sarankan yang sama kepada pihak pemerintah. Melalui rangka kerja tersebut, pihak pemerintah dapat menubuhkan dasar-dasar yang menjamin keselamatan pendapatan dan akses kepada perkhidmatan sosial penting untuk semua, memberi perhatian khusus kepada kumpulan yang terdedah dan melindungi serta memperkasakan orang ramai berentasi kitaran hayat. Terdapat juga satu lagi rangka kerja dalam laporan standard pendapatan minimum yang diterbit sekumpulan akademik termasuk Profesor Madya Yenn dan Dr. 𝐂𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭. Pokoknya, saya yakin dengan adanya rangka kerja yang sesuai, kami dapat memantau dan menyimak keberkesanannya dasar bantuan sosial untuk warga yang berpendapatan rendah di Singapura. Saya juga ingin sekali lagi menyarankan agar pihak pemerintah menubuhkan 3 tingkat perlindungan sosial di mana setiap tingkat sepadan dengan 30%, 50% dan 80% pendapatan median. Seterusnya, saya menyarankan Kementerian Pembangunan Sosial dan Keluarga (MSF) untuk menerbitkan laporan perlindungan sosial setiap tahun menggunakan maklumat termasuk jumlah keluarga yang menerima bantuan sosial, jumlah keluarga yang berjaya maju dari tingkat yang rendah ke tingkat yang lebih tinggi dan banyak lagi. Dengan maklumat ini, kita dapat lebih memahami keberkesanannya dasar bantuan sosial yang wujud di Singapura dan juga mempertimbangkan keperluan mengubah dasar-dasar supaya bantuan sesuai dapat disediakan untuk mereka yang memerlukannya. Sir, the Forward Singapore final report was recently released spoke of the risk of our society becoming more stratified and less mobile as our society develops. The government pledged to do more to ensure equal opportunities, temper unequal outcomes, and prevent the creation of a permanent underclass. These are objectives I support as well. The social protection framework I've proposed would complement the government's effort to achieve this objective and track the progress of efforts undertaken towards achieving them. Sir, I support the original motion moved by the Leader of Opposition. Thank you.